Have you ever dreamed of becoming successful? Have you imagined yourself living the life you've always wanted, filled with achievement, respect, and happiness? Yet, when the time comes to take the first step, you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Then tomorrow turns into next week. Next week becomes next month. And before you know it, years have passed while your dreams remain exactly where they began. If you've ever felt caught between great ambition and constant procrastination, stay with me until the end of this story, because it might change the way you see your future forever. Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm truly grateful that you've chosen to spend a few minutes of your day with me. Today's story carries a powerful lesson that could completely transform the way you think about success and the choices you make every single day. Before we dive into the story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story designed to help you grow, stay motivated, and become the best version of yourself. Many years ago, in a peaceful village, surrounded by rolling green hills and fertile farmland, there lived a young man named Daniel. At just 25 years old, Daniel was strong, healthy, and full of enormous dreams. He often spoke about the incredible future he believed awaited him. Whenever he met his friends in the village square, he would confidently say, "One day I'll own the largest farm in this region. My fields will produce the finest harvests, and people will travel from distant villages just to learn my secrets. I'll be respected, successful, and remembered for what I've built." The people in the village admired Daniel's confidence. They believed he had the intelligence and determination to accomplish everything he talked about. But there was one problem that everyone quietly noticed. Daniel loved talking about success far more than he loved working for it. Every morning before sunrise, the other farmers headed to their fields carrying tools over their shoulders, ready to spend long hours cultivating their land. While the village was already buzzing with activity, Daniel remained asleep in his warm bed. By the time he finally woke up, the sun was already high in the sky. Looking out the window, he would smile and whisper to himself, "I'll start tomorrow." That single sentence slowly became the story of his life. Whenever his neighbors planted crops, Daniel promised he would plant his own the following day. When they repaired fences or watered their fields, he convinced himself there was still plenty of time. He never stopped dreaming about success, but he always postponed the work that success required. Weeks turned into months, and months became seasons. While the surrounding farms flourished with healthy crops, Daniel's field remained empty. The soil was rich, the weather was favorable, and every opportunity was waiting for him. Yet nothing changed. His greatest obstacle wasn't a lack of talent or resources. It was the habit of waiting for the perfect moment that never arrived. One quiet afternoon, an elderly traveler named Elias passed through the village. Having spent decades learning from farmers, craftsmen, merchants, and scholars, Elias had gained a reputation for his wisdom. People respected him not because he possessed great wealth, but because he understood something even more valuable: the human mind. As Elias walked past Daniel's abandoned field, he stopped and carefully observed the dry soil covered with wild grass. It was obvious that the land had enormous potential, yet it had been neglected for far too long. Later that evening, he found Daniel relaxing outside his home and asked gently, "You own one of the finest pieces of land in this valley. Why does it look as though no one has cared for it?" Daniel smiled confidently and replied, "I'm simply waiting for the perfect time. When I finally begin, I'll do everything the right way." The old man smiled kindly before answering, "The perfect time has stolen more dreams than failure ever has." Daniel laughed politely, convinced that his future was still secure. Seeing this, Elias reached into his leather bag and carefully placed two small cloth pouches into Daniel's hands. Inside each pouch rested a single seed. "These are no ordinary seeds," Elias explained. "The first is called the seed of purpose. If you plant it and care for it every single day, it will grow slowly. There will be moments when you'll think nothing is happening. But if you remain patient and continue your work, one day it will become a magnificent tree that rewards you with fruit, shade, and lasting prosperity." Holding up the second pouch, Elias continued, "This one is called the seed of delay. It asks for nothing. It grows on its own without any effort. But wherever it grows, it fills the land with weeds that slowly choke every opportunity around them." Daniel smiled confidently and replied, "Then the choice is obvious. Of course I'll choose the seed of purpose." The old man looked directly into his eyes before saying something Daniel would never forget. Choosing the right seed is easy. The real challenge is caring for that choice every single day. With those words, Elias quietly walked away, leaving Daniel alone with the two seeds and a decision that would determine the rest of his life.